Hello, fellow investors, and welcome back to Borex Investing. Well, the bears are back in town and they have Palantir in their crosshairs. And if we take a look at the stock, it's been quite the ride down. So Palantir has fallen nearly 15% in the last week from 190 to 155. Now, the rest of the market started sliding downward after last Thursday's PPI numbers showing lingering inflation, but Palantir's decline has been more dramatic. But what caused this larger than expected pullback? Was there any negative news coming from the company? Any canceled deals, upset customers, data leaks? No. Actually, they announced a new deal with Fujitsu. The sell-off was primarily caused by now deleted tweets from short seller Citron. Citron tweeted that Palantir was overvalued and would lose market share to OpenAI, as OpenAI announced this week that they themselves would be getting into the enterprise AI space. Now, Palantir has held a position that large language models would be commoditized, and they were correct with that statement if we look at the recent success of some ChatGPT competitors like Grok, Perplexity, or DeepSeek. So for Citron to automatically assume that OpenAI would just be able to create enterprise software that could compete with Palantir is a bit preemptive in my opinion. But this isn't something new for Citron. They famously try to make money betting against stocks. And they have gotten things way wrong in the past plenty of times. I mean, they shorted Nvidia in the past. Yes, Nvidia. In December of 2016, Citron publicly stated that Nvidia stock belongs at $90, down from about $117 at the time. They cited 6 risks, including reliance on gaming for growth, tough competition from AMD and Intel entering the market, and pressure on margins. After Citron's report, Nvidia shares dropped 7%, but the stock eventually surged, reaching all-time highs over the next 2 years. Then later on, they were at it again, this time calling Nvidia a casino stock in 2017. They suggested the stock price was being driven by hype around emerging markets like AI and autonomous vehicles rather than solid fundamentals. So they projected a decline in the stock, but Nvidia shares continue to grow, strongly fueled by demand in gaming, AI, and data center GPU markets. Now, so these guys were really wrong about Nvidia, and they had some famous backfires on awful shorts against Tesla, GameStop, and Shopify in the past as well. And it's very probable that they are wrong this time about Palantir being threatened by OpenAI. And by the way, they have also been accused of fraud and market manipulation in the past. So deleting tweets, like they have in this case, definitely doesn't help their cause. They kind of act like a group of manipulative scammers, if you ask me. So instead of following Citron or worrying about what their analysts say, I follow someone who has been right about the NASDAQ pumping the last few years and right about the overall AI revolution. And that's Dan Ives from Wedbush. They have consistently outperformed the market due to their bullish stance on Nvidia, Palantir, and other tech names. Wedbush recently praised Palantir's remarkable earnings report and upgraded their price target to $200. So we have to remember that Palantir is up over 100% year to date. And when it reached 150 last month, people were ecstatic. And now it's back in that similar range, so things are still looking good. And if we get a rate cut soon, which I believe we will eventually, and the NASDAQ starts pumping like it typically does when we cut rates, this will likely start testing all-time highs again. So this is a very volatile stock. You should know this by now, but it does have solid fundamentals. So I am not at all even remotely worried about this report from Citron. Nothing changed at all for Palantir, and this is still the same company that just had one of the best earnings reports of all time. Are they overvalued with a high PE ratio? Yes, of course. But will they be able to scale and grow into this valuation? I think they will. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you found this useful.